Ninja pants? I've seen better. Campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep, Capo. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies above Zenith, I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot of our shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Capo. It was nice knowing you. We gonna die. I do like that mere coincidence, like it's now daytime after our camping trip. Like maybe the game has that kind of attention to detail, but I think that was just a happy coincidence that we camped at night and woke up during the day. We've got an hour and we're cruising through quests. I don't think we're gonna make it to the area, but we could. Let me attune to this. There's a particular dungeon I remember, and I think it might be the area. Like one that just kind of stood out as like a sunnier, happier, greener place. I thought it was some all, but it turns out no, that was very dark and mountainy, which makes sense. I do remember like fighting a dragon. It might have been Hraesvelgr himself. That might be a spoiler. But then again, I'm very likely wrong. Oh man, the sun had just come out.
Hraesvelgr.
Thou speakest the name of a creature that but awaiteth the release of oblivion. Leave me. I was like, great, voiced lines. I can completely ignore this and go to sleep. But then I forgot that Hraesvelgr speaks in dragon language. And you can't actually understand what he's saying.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
That's what I just said.
Hraesvelgr, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal.
But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl. Thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? that her secrets of her heart are thine to know?
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Gullible fool. The light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience. The spirit thou hast summoned belongeth not to Shiva. 'Tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. In age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect a king amongst worms. Yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Such gods are not summoned, but created. Phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith.
Then the spirit that answered me
Was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child. Damn.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelgr, Ysayle's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death, and thou wouldst speak to me of peace? Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth, and then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. Oh, damn. 1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. 2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Elysian learned much about us, not least that the eyes of the great worm are a wellspring of his strength. 'Twas out of the selfish desire to possess the strength of King Thordan, then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. With the aid of his leal knights, the most noble of Elysian lured my brood sister Hraesvelgr into an ambush and took from her that which he craved. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger, of my brood sister's tattered corpse defiled by her Elysian allies. They had torn out her eyes and feasted upon them in a manner of wild beasts. Yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet, the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thordan and some few of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears with, and with now practiced savagery, they set about my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War. 'Tis a song my kind shall never forget, even should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble into dust.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou chooses to believe is immaterial. The portrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. And Nidhogg meaneth for Thordan's people to suffer for this sin till the end of days. That which thou imaginest a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment? Those who abandon their own and side with dragonkind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitors' progeny bear a trace of Hraesvelgr's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it.
Then, the seed lies within us.
'Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus they are transformed to join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as newborn dragons, one by one, through death or defection. My brood brother shall account for all of the betrayer's children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Sultana's a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
Calm down. Are you saying it would have been better if they were just dragons? Instead of, you know, people who sided with dragons? Alpha knows a dragon racist. There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Dragoon. But struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest 210, and Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance. An eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. 'Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant to thee. For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet a part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Hraesvelgr's wounds. How could he not be driven mad? 'Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me. But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. Damn. Alphino is like, oh no, the dragons we slayed were people. The bandits we slayed were also people. Did you not notice? Hraesvelgr was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, the will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. That does seem rough. I need to drink more orange juice and think on this.